Hi, Amber. Nice to see more essays from you. Let's take a look and see what you wrote today, shall we? Okay. Online communication is more common, advantages, disadvantages. Fine. So, experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether virtual meetings are far more beneficial for companies than in-person meetings. While there are some drawbacks to teleconferences, on the whole, I believe that its benefits are far reaching. This essay will delve deeper into the statement using an example from Forbes magazine and the UN to demonstrate points and prove arguments. All right, this is lovely. I really like this. The structure is great. Grammar is very good. I have one comment. You talked about teleconferences and you talked about virtual meetings. I want you to look at this word, online communication. So online communication as a topic is far broader than virtual meetings and teleconferences. Online communication also refers to things like Slack, okay, different sort of chat things that companies use to communicate directly. It also includes email, okay? So different chat applications, email also is included. So limiting it just to virtual meetings and teleconferences is a little limiting, and it's not quite getting the whole scope of what online communication is, okay? So be careful with that. The rest of it is lovely. Let's see. On the whole, believe its benefits are far reaching. Okay, fine. You did a while statement. Good. Let's see. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that most meetings are held in the office. The central reason behind this is that workers see online meetings as informal and an opportunity to multitask, which can lead to distractions, employees missing out on important information, and miscommunication. This is largely because there is minimal supervision when meeting virtually. For instance, an extensive study by the United Nations showed that businesses that prioritize teleconferences over traditional meetings reported a decrease of 20% of the organization's productivity and efficiency. Consistent with this line of thinking is that workplace culture is also affected, which has negative effects on their profits and business identity. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that although remote meetings have been useful, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, they undoubtedly have some challenges for companies. Okay, the grammar is very nice. The structure is very good. Development is very good. My, excuse me, I want to look at one thing here. So, what are you basically saying here? Meetings are held in the office. So you're telling me why online meetings are bad. You're saying distractions. You're saying no supervision. Less efficiency, less productivity, and less business identity. Okay, so they have some challenges. Okay, all right, fine. We'll talk about that more in a minute. On the other hand, even though there is a case for the weaknesses of web conferences, their positive impact cannot be overstated. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, it saves a company money by not having to rent a conference room nor provide coffee or snacks. Okay. Additionally, with a double D, it allows businesses to communicate with people all over the world without them physically being there. So there was no need of buying plane tickets. Okay. There's no need to do something. Secondly, online meetups are far more flexible. For example, recent empirical research by Forbes magazine reported that by switching to virtual meetings, job entities were able to connect with more people at the same time, even from different time zones. It must not be forgotten that these types of meetings can be recorded, allowing everyone to watch them again if any employee missed out on vital information. Careful with your typing. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that virtual meetings are an attractive option. Careful, I don't know what happened here. For businesses to save money and adapt to different work environments. Okay, nice. To conclude, from the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that the benefits of web conferencing outweigh the drawbacks. It is predicted the number of workplaces that meet online will only increase. Okay, so back to the topic, which is online communication. So in general, you handled this well. But like I said in the beginning, online communication is not just virtual meetings, online meetings, and so forth. There's all these other things we have at our disposal. So I would have liked if you had talked about those as well. The value of an email, the value of, things like Google Chat or something, okay, or Slack, as I mentioned before. So it's like immediate conversation, immediate communication that doesn't have to do just with meetings. So on the whole, I think you did a good job of this. You're definitely on the right track. It is definitely one of your stronger essays that you've written. So that would be my one major piece of feedback. Okay, good development. Now let's take a look at your task 1. Okay, you work part-time, you want to get a job there full-time, fine. Dear Mr. Smith, excuse me, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in regards to the full-time administrative assistant position posted in today's newsletter. Having been a dedicated member of your team for the past year, I am enthusiastic about the opportunity to further contribute to the company's success and take on more responsibilities. Careful with your typing here. As you may remember, I'm pursuing a business diploma at Holland College, and I am confident I possess the right qualifications and skills for this job. I also aspire to more commitment within the business. I don't understand what that means. I aspire to more commitment. In terms of my future goals, I desire to graduate, I desire to I don't really like desire to graduate. In terms of my future goals, I plan to graduate with a bachelor's degree in business administration, and I believe this full-time position matches my future endeavors. Not endeavors. My future. You already wrote goals. Let's say I plan to graduate with a bachelor's degree in business administration, and I believe this full-time position suits the future I have in mind. Something like that would have been better. Okay. Additionally, I am convinced that my transition to a full-time position at S&M Inc. would be beneficial. Careful with your spelling here. It's a C, not a T. My familiarity with the organization's mission, vision, and objectives will allow me to make meaningful and long-lasting contributions. Please find attached my updated resume and cover letter. I look forward to the possibility of discussing how my background and experiences align with the needs of this company. Thank you for your time and consideration. Yours sincerely. Okay, that's fine. So one thing that I would have suggested here is not using so many paragraphs. Essentially, in task 1, the bullets here are more or less telling you how many paragraphs you should have. Okay, so you should have had one paragraph for this, one paragraph for this, and then maybe one paragraph for this. Okay. Okay, fine. If you have to have an intro, that's fine, and then have. Let me think for a second. It just felt like, I don't know. I felt like this felt really tiny, and that's what kind of troubled me. It's just like you basically had a 1-sentence paragraph, and that's why I was kind of troubled. Okay, and then all right, fine, that's fine. It's 2 sentences. Maybe you could have just done this a little differently. Let me think for a minute how we can improve this. Okay, why do you want to imply? I am pursuing my business diploma. Okay, I have the right qualifications. This sentence I already told you I didn't like. Maybe you could have combined these 2 paragraphs. Okay, so let me see. And I didn't really understand. Okay, so you're doing a diploma now, but then you want to get a degree. Is that what you're saying? So this wasn't really clear to me. I didn't understand it because I was going to say that it felt a little repetitious. But perhaps that's what you meant. You're doing the diploma now, and then one day you want to do a degree. Okay. But if that's the case, I don't understand how this full-time position, this is a little unclear to me. So I think, just to give you some suggestions, why do you want to apply? Well, I want to apply because I am already familiar with the company, its values, its vision, its goals. I understand the work culture. I have really been, kind of accepted by the whole work culture and the workforce. I believe in what we're doing on this team, and so I would like to take my role to the next level by working full time. Okay. And then as far as your future goals, you could have said, this new position aligns perfectly with my future goals, as I would like to build a career within a company such as S&M, where we value, I don't know, corporate social responsibility and, long lasting commitment to the environment, some stuff like that. Okay. You understand. So my point is that I wanted to make sure that your paragraphing and what you're writing are closely targeted to what the questions are. Does that make sense? Okay. I thought it was fine. I definitely liked your task 2 more than I liked your task 1. But in general, it was a good set, so you should feel good about it. Let's see more from you, and I'll be waiting. Good luck.